great simulation today, right? We come off of a day off. It's like the season. You get the Tuesday off, you come back Wednesday, and we have to recapture our work ethic. The guys responded greatly there. Special teams had some good full speed reps on punt to evaluate some guys. Great team periods. We kind of had like a fringe, move the ball period at the end. Story of the day, turnovers. Defense, created another one. Shy Tuttle had one on a little scramble play, right? Just kind of snuck up, made the catch. And then I think it was Troy Hill at the end. Just got in the hip of Adam and really made a nice play there. So hard as it gets, but it's a great day of work. And I was really, again, I can't say it enough, but it's just when the guys respond to the challenges that we bring them, it says something about the group. So I love that. Had a couple of guys, Dane Jackson, hamstring tightened up a little bit in one-on-one. So we'll know more information this afternoon there. And then we had Nash Jensen had some soreness in his Achilles, but he seemed fine on the testing and all that stuff. So we should be okay there. And then it was Jackson, inside linebacker, was also a hamstring. So we'll be evaluating those guys for the next couple of days here.
Dave, you sounded very excited about the turnovers. How do you balance the turnovers being gotten by the defense versus being given away by the offense?
Yeah, I mean, it's us, right? So we're preaching it every day. Defensively, the stress is on attacking the football. The more opportunities we get to punch at the ball when the ball carriers, runners, whoever it is, has it, the higher percentages you have of getting one of those balls out. And then, of course, just taking advantage of our interception opportunities. We've had more opportunities in this camp, and we just didn't come up with the catches. So glad to see guys finishing on that, the intent of it and the focus. And on the flip side of it, offensively, it looked like a great day. We get into the last period of it. We throw an interception early in that part, and it makes everything feel horrible, but it's like nothing's wasted. It's a great day of work, but it just goes to show how critical the ball is and why we have to continue to heighten our awareness, our execution in those areas.
I mean, as a former wide receivers coach, how would you rate Shy Tuttle's hands?
Oh, beautiful. There was no second catch. It was a clean catch, and then he transitioned right away into a ball carrier. Guys got in front of him, and great play from Shy.
Dave, last year this team somewhat struggled with the scramble drill. We saw Mingo come back to the ball like it's stiff tier. What's the coaching point there?
Yeah, we love emphasizing scrambles, whether it comes up in 7-on-7 or any other drill right there. The thought that I have in my mind is always there are great plays out there. There's explosives that can happen on the second part of the play, vice versa. Defensively, training the offense, extending those plays trains the defense. You have to continue to cover beyond your original assignment. And so then all of a sudden, whether you're in a zone scheme or a man scheme, once you get to scramble, it's all man. So you find work in your area and you stay sticky to the guy in your area. So we train the whole group that way to respond. And it's a conditioning thing too, because those plays can extend into 10-second plays, 12-second plays sometimes, depending on the quarterback you're playing. So it's a part of who we are. We love training that, while I would like to see the ball come out in time in those situations, sometimes we get a win on a rush. Sometimes things happen, and all of a sudden you got to go to the second play.
Hey, will you wait until after tomorrow to kind of make a determination of what you're going to see Saturday night?
Absolutely. Again, it's kind of, as we get these practices, we have an awesome opportunity tomorrow with the joint practice with the Jets. And so as we come out of these practices, the health of the whole group kind of determines who we can play and who we can't. So we'll probably, again, just kind of hold off for a couple of days before we make that decision.
Dave, on that topic,
It seems like a lot of the younger coaches, Sean for sure, and I think there's others, have the theory and the approach that the joint practices are the emphasis, and Rennes not going to play starters in the preseason games. Is that where you stand on this, generally speaking, as well?
Hey, I think I'm somewhere in between, and I think especially first year in the system offensively, I would love to see those guys out there at some point just to get the feel and flow of what the meetings feel like the night before, the prep for the game, and all those things. And so we just have to, for me, I just was like, I don't need to make any declarations about what we're going to do. Let's just take it week by week and make sure we have a good week of practice. And then what can we do that's smart for the whole team in terms of going into these games? So I think I'm somewhere, in between there.
Joint practices can be kind of spirited.
Yeah.
What's your message to the team ahead of tomorrow's session?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Obviously the energy kind of heightens when you get to play against another opponent. And so with that, that's a great practice for what it feels like in a game where, win or lose, we have to have our head about us, celebrate with each other, pull each other together, and then go to the next play. So all the stuff in between, like, we can't give the opponent anything. Those things turned into personal fouls. Those flip the field. Those put us in bad situations, and other teams give us advantages. Let's be the one that takes advantage of another team losing it. Let's be the ones who stay composed and are still able to bring that energy with our own guys.
As you mentioned, turnover story of the day is second straight practice that's been the case. Any red flags for Bryce or the offense from that?
I mean, turnovers are always just something that we want to continue to look at and say, what happened here, and just get to the bottom of it. For me, again, the interceptions happen when we're trying, so I have no problem with that. It's if we're not throwing interceptions, we're not trying stuff. We're not trying to make those tight throws, and we know NFL football is tightly played. It's tight throws, and particularly with our defense, the way that those guys are just continuing to hone in. We've been playing against each other a lot. They're taking advantage of those ops. So for me, I don't look too far into it other than just what happened on this play, so we can correct it and we can move forward.
What's this defense like with JC on the field, JC not on the field?
Oh, I mean, it's when JC's out there, just speaking directly to him, he's really finding his legs. He's finding his feel. It's a guy that needs all these reps, to play his leverage, whether it's the run or the pass game, staying on his leverage, knowing where his help is, knowing when he can take his shots, and all this is just valuable stuff for him. And he's certainly a fantastic player.
Do you have an update on Lonham and Barno and their progress?
They're coming along great. I don't have any clear timetables, but I just know that they're working really hard. They're moving around and running, and so we're taking it, day by day, week at a time, and just kind of seeing when they're ready. We'll welcome them with open arms.
Sorry, I was a little late to the press conference. I'll run laps later. But Damian Lewis was back today, but didn't participate. Is he still dealing with the shoulder injury? And is Deontay Johnson a vet day, or what's going on there?
It's more just a conditioning thing with D-Lou. Again, this had a personal deal that he had to take care of for a couple of days. We wanted to make sure we can get him out there, take him through individual, see where his level of fitness is at after a couple of days away. So just being smart there without putting him into a competitive setting. And then who? Yeah, Deontay had a mild groin strain, and he's pretty much day to day, so I think, just kind of talking to him, he feels like, there's something there, but I think, he knows his body really well. He's a veteran guy, so we'll just continue ramping him up and increasing his work.
Dave, what have you noticed out of Miles Sanders since he's been here?
Yeah, Miles, man on a mission every day, just working hard, chomping at the bit to get, some opportunities to really show us what he can do and really, return to Miles Sanders' form. He's a fantastic back, and I'm glad he's here.
Your background with Coach Salah, as well as E's background with Nathaniel, will that help in terms of keeping emotions in check potentially, or where is the benefit in your mind with that?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. But again, it was really fun just kind of planning the practice with Robert, over the and we practiced against them in Tampa last year as well. So we're very familiar with the format. I think it starts there. The players certainly will feel our energy with each other, but also, we're close friends. There's nothing like, competing against the closest guys that and we have a lot of familiarity with some of our schemes, so it'll be interesting, some of the wrinkles that we throw out there against each other tomorrow. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.